the past 3 to 4 years, we've housed over 700 formerly homeless veterans in San Francisco. We are about 250 veterans away from ending chronic veteran homelessness in San Francisco. And then for families, it's really a much different situation. Really, in the family arena, what you're trying to do is to intervene, prevent a family from getting evicted or rapidly rehouse that family. The last category is transitional aged youth, 18 to 24-year-olds. We only have one 40-bed shelter for TAY young adults, and we have been opening buildings. It's been a high priority for me, but we still have a lot of work, and our homeless count still identifies well over 800 homeless young people between the ages of 16 and 24 in our city. The barriers to accessing shelter were what we call the 3 Ps: possessions, pets, and partners. As you see, when you see much more encampment, much more visible in San Francisco, people have tents, people have sleeping bags, people have stuff that you might look at and say, well, I don't know why they have this shopping cart of stuff. It just, it doesn't look like a lot to me, but that's their possessions. And when you are on the street, the things that you can have and hold on to become very, very important. So without storage, any outreach worker, any police officer can basically approach you and say, I can get you a one-night stay in shelter. It's probably going to take you to 3 to 4 weeks to get on the shelter reservation list and to come up on that list and get a 90-day bed. So in the meantime, you would be spending a month just every day trying to get a one-night bed from people that are not using beds in Care Not Cash and other programs. But for a lot of people, it's just kind of a losing proposition. So I'm going to give up my tent, I'm going to give up my shopping cart, I'm going to give up my sleeping bag, because you're only getting a drawer under a bed in a shelter. And so that's been a non-starter. The mayor got a donation of $3 million from someone who wanted to remain anonymous, and so we wanted to do something that's kind of the antithesis of it, something that's very, very different, that says this is low threshold. We're not going to give you reasons to fail. One of my mantras is the people who've been on the street long term have failed or been failed by multiple systems. They failed in family and their family has failed them. They failed in school, school has failed them, community, work, all these different aspects. So if you really give people an opportunity to fail, which are things like complicated application processes, waiting lists, lotteries, guess what? The people are going to fail. I am nearing the end of this chapter of a 40-year career in public service. Only about 10% of my professional career has been solely dedicated to homelessness, but it's been some of the most rewarding time that I've experienced. It's just been a great opportunity. I'm excited to step outside of city government because I've said that the city by itself can't solve homelessness, and frankly I think that the change should not be incremental, and government is generally, it's a creature of incrementalism, and I think that homelessness really demands a radical response.